Dr. Daniels will be with you in a minute.
Thanks.
Can I get you anything?
No, I'm fine.
Hi, Tim. I'm Dr. Daniels. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. Hey, quick question right from the beginning. I don't have to lay down, do I? I just as soon sit.
Do you think you need to lie down?
Well,
or...
whenever you see this in movies, guys like me are always laying down, but I just as soon sit. If it's all the same to you, I just as soon sit.
You know, I really don't care what you do. You just be comfortable, do whatever you need to do to, be able to talk. So, go ahead and sit down if you like.
So are you really a PhD?
No, actually, I made my degree in Photoshop.
How the hell old are you anyway? You look old enough to be my son.
I'm 22.
So how much do you charge an hour anyway?
$275 an hour.
Well, that's just great. I'm paying Doogie Howser $275 to talk.
Well, whatever. Those $275 are mine now, so you might as well talk to me. It says here that you've been having trouble sleeping.
Well, it's not falling asleep, it's staying asleep. But every time I fall asleep, I have these terrible images of me in the woods by myself and death is standing over me.
Well, death can often represent aspects of yourself that you've been trying to repress, and the forest can often symbolize searching inside yourself for a better understanding of your subconscious. Oftentimes, a traumatic event can also bring on insomnia. Have you had something traumatic happen to you recently?
No. Well, last week was the 10th anniversary of my parents' death, but that's no big deal.
I'm sorry, your parents' anniversary?
No, the anniversary of their death. They were killed in a car accident 10 years ago.
Why don't you tell me a little bit more about that?
Drunk driver. They were on their way home from a party, they were sideswiped by this drunk, and they were killed. You know what? I'm sorry, I've got to go. You know, this has been a lot of fun, but I really do need to go.
Well, just hold on a second now. Why don't you tell me a little bit more about the accident?
It's no big deal. It's no big deal. It's just one of those evening news headlines, 2 dead in a drunk driving accident. But you know what? I really do need to go. But it's been tons of fun. And I hope you don't spend all my money in one place, Doogie.
Oh, Tim. I didn't know we had an appointment today.
Doc, it was my fault. My parents' death, it was my fault. It's not like we were very close. I mean, we loved each other and everything, but I don't think if I weren't their kid, we would have had any conversations. I mean, they were the quintessential Midwest couple. Married young, had kids, and of course that's what they wanted for me, but I had other plans. I wanted to be a musician out on the road. And I tried. Until I ran out of money and Dad came and got me and now I live in their basement.
Tensions were still high, though?
You might say that. My brother and sister both have kids, both married. They have the perfect suburban life. And then there's me, the loser middle kid, working for minimum wage and still living in my parents' basement. They tried to change me, but the more they tried, the harder I pushed back. I mean, we fought all the time. We were having a blowout one that night. They had to leave to go to church group or something, I suppose. My dad was so frustrated as he was leaving. He just got in the car, threw it in reverse, backed right up onto the road that they lived on. They lived out in the country, you know, one of those rural roads. They didn't even see the SUV coming. Drove right through the front seat of their car, killed him instantly. That was a week ago Wednesday, first night that I stopped sleeping.
People are responsible for their own actions, Tim. You couldn't control what your father did behind that wheel. You said yourself that you loved each other. And in the end, that's what really matters. You have to accept the fact that the accident was not your fault. Otherwise, it would be dead weight around your ankle, which keeps getting heavier and heavier until you can't move. Next time you have one of these dreams, you have to come face to face with your past. Otherwise, the ghost of your parents will be your undoing.
It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. I went after a dream and I fell on my ass. So what? Everybody does it. I'm sorry I wasn't the perfect son you wanted me to be. But if there was one day that I could take back, it would be that day. Doc says, oh, you gotta let go of your past so you can live for the future. It seems to me that I've got to hold on to the past so I don't make the same mistakes in the future. So I guess this is not an apology, it's a starting point. So I can finally let go of your ghosts.
December sun is setting, 'cause I'm not who I used to be. No longer easy on the eyes, but these wrinkles masterfully disguise the youthful boy below, who turned your way and saw something he was not looking for.